On the 5th of July, a little over 6 weeks ago, Keir Starmer and the Labour Party came to power in the UK. Since that date, in those 6 or so weeks, reports are that nearly 7,000 illegal migrants have entered the UK from coming across the Channel on small boats. This is not me being racist, this is not me being xenophobic, it's not even me passing comment on legal migration. Legal migration, I believe, is reaching the point which it is unsustainable. However, illegal migration needs to be stopped, and it needs to be stopped now. It doesn't matter how left-wing or right-wing or liberal you purport to be. If anyone asked you the question, do you want 7,000 extra criminals in the country you live in, then surely the answer from anyone of sane mind is going to be a resounding no. This isn't about not liking people with dark skin. This isn't about not liking people from other countries. It's not even about not liking other cultures infiltrating our towns and cities, which certainly is an issue at the forefront of the minds of an awful lot of British people. This is about people who are, by their very nature, criminals upon their arrival in this country. And I'm not going to bleat on about the preferential treatment they have and the accommodation they get given and the fact they get given food and spending money and all the rest of it at the expense of the taxpayer. But it's a very, very simple equation. These people, by the very fact they are entering the country illegally, are criminals. Why are we allowing criminals to arrive on our shores unchecked, unvetted, and in many instances aided by the lifeboats and by the Coast Guard? Now, I will not hold that at all against people who work for the RNLI or people who work for the Coast Guard. They are acting under instruction. Nor would I realistically like to see people drowning in the English Channel as a failed attempt to come over to this country. However, there needs to be a real deterrent, and there needs to be a proactive means of stopping these boats from arriving, or at the very least, turning these boats around and sending them back when they do get to shore. When these criminals arrive, why are they not being detained, processed and returned? Why are they not being dealt with like any other criminal? Why are they not being dealt with as harshly as the so-called far-right thugs that we saw being arrested for Facebook posts and tweets and for calling cops nasty names? I don't want to imprison these people at the expense of the British taxpayer. However, once they arrive on our shores, there will be a cost associated with them. It's never going to be a zero-sum game. So I would much rather spend that money getting them back onto boats or getting them onto planes and returning them to the country from which they came, than spending money supporting them either through our prison service or, as is happening at the moment, by accommodating them in hotels and in private rentals, paying for their food and giving them spending money whilst they pretend to claim asylum. We do not know the background of these people, but what we do know about these people is whether or not they go on to commit any further crimes, and lots of them do, and there's numerous examples of these unchecked migrants going on to commit heinous crimes of the worst kinds. Whether or not they do go on to offend again, they are already criminals by proxy of the fact they came here illegally via human traffickers. I am not talking about legal migrants who apply to come and stay here on whatever visa that happens to be. I'm not talking about genuine asylum seekers or refugees. These are all very serious topics that are up for debate, and these are the topics that we are voting upon. However, Keir Starmer only got to power, and the Labour Party only got to power because people voted for them, given the absolute shower of shit that had preceded them in the form of 14 years of Tory rule. 14 years of broken promises to get immigration under control. Keir Starmer didn't get voted in because of his credentials or because people believed in his manifesto. He got voted in because he was a different leader. He promised something different. And so far, despite the fact that the bar had been set so low by the previous Tory government, he somehow failed to achieve even that level of acceptance and approval of the British public. Dare I say that for the first time in as long as I can think of in British history, is it time for the monarchy to overrule, using the powers they do still have, overrule Parliament, dissolve Parliament and build a new government, one that truly represents the people. After all, that is what they are there to do. These are not dictators. These are representatives that we elect to carry out the wishes of the people of the country that they serve. And that is a very key word there. They serve us. If they're not able to do that, then they should be dissolved and they should be replaced by someone and by a party that do. If you like these videos, please do subscribe. It really, really does help the channel out. There'll also be a link in the description to buy me a beer if you so wish to do so. Otherwise, stay safe, stay sane, and good luck, everyone.